Hi everyone. In this video, I'll quickly take you through the venture activities in Ignite India program. So we'll start with activity 1.1, and in this activity, we have to discover the real life problem. Now we would have gone through the course content and learned about how to identify the problem, validate if that is a problem worth solving. Well, after that, it is our job to complete the venture activities 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3. Now, let's start with venture activity 1.1. Click on start. Once you click on start, there is clear instruction given to you regarding what is this venture activity about. First activity is all about which problem will your startup solve. And there are clear instructions given to you how to write that problem statement. Please read the same and type your problem statement. Remember, it has to be just a problem statement, right? You don't mention any solution, neither suggest any solution. So in recent times, we have seen Delhi's air pollution is the biggest headline across the country. So let's take that as a problem statement. Well, how will you write that as a problem statement? Now, I have done my best to write a problem statement. Now look carefully, I have written only a problem statement. Now, if you're someone who say, well, I have a clarity about writing the problem statement, but I can't get it in the right statement, in English, maybe I'm not that great at writing it in English. So I have a suggestion for you. What you can do is copy this particular problem statement, go to ChatGPT, open a tab in ChatGPT, paste this problem statement there, give a prompt, reframe it as a problem statement and give a character limit, because as you can see, this activity has to be completed within 350 characters. It is mentioned right here, right? So you can say within 350 characters max. So you can see here that it is reframed in a proper English with no grammatical error, and this statement you can copy and paste here, right? It makes your work much more easier and faster. In the similar fashion, complete all the other venture activities in this first activity 1.1. So the second question is about, please share some data or statistic that confirm that the above stated problem exists. So I have read a data that 96% of people in India breathe hazardous air. So you can go ahead and type this data here. Okay. I have also read the data that life expectancy is reduced by 12 years if you live in Delhi. Well, whatever data is appropriate, that you find appropriate, add it there. And the next question is about what is the source of this data or statistics that you have mentioned. Well, if you are not sure about the source, where it is from, well, I know where it is from, but if you're not sure about it, go back to ChatGPT, paste it, and give a prompt, mention source for this data, and see what you get as a source. So let the AI tool generate a source for the data. So you can see here the source is Hindustan Times has mentioned this. So if you open it, maybe you'll understand which body mentioned this. It was a World Bank expert report, right? So you can go back and mention this over here. It was a World Bank report, right? 2021. And who else mentioned that life expectancy reduced by 12 years? I know it was WHO, right? World Health Organization. Or you can mention World Health Organization, right? What's your startup name? So I would like to give my startup name as Polycare, and what's your institution name? Whatever be your institution name, right? So let's say you are from IIT Delhi or whichever institute you are from, just mention that and complete it. Now, once you complete it, you can see once you have completed venture activity 1.1, your presentation pitch is also being prepared on the right side by the AI. Similarly, come to venture activity 1.2. Well, venture activity 1.2 is very straightforward. All that you have to do is you have to select which specific area that you are working on. Suppose I am working in the space of health. What is the industry that you come under? Healthcare and wellness. And maybe I am interested in doing medical device and equipment. Now, some of you would say, well, we are not very sure about these industry and domain and everything. Right? You can later on redo these activities also. Complete this and see on the right side, and another deck would be formed which will help you understand, which will basically give an idea about how your venture activity data has been interpreted into pitch deck. Okay, so there are 2 slides already created. So, keep continuing doing your venture activity. Venture activity 1.3 is about analyze the problem. Now, in the similar fashion, now there are some basic details given to you from your previous entry. Scroll down, click next, then it will ask you who's affected by this problem. Well, who's affected by this problem? So again, if you want to reframe it or refine the statement, go back here, uh, reframe, give a prompt in ChatGPT or AI tool and refine the statement. See carefully here, I am mentioning to reframe it and mention it within 350 characters. Once I do that, I can also mention one more statement, that mention it in bullet points, okay, with green check marks. I'm just giving an example of how to write it really well. So once I do that, you see over here, elderly individuals facing. Now it comes with this green check mark. Go ahead, copy it, come here and paste it, and it looks really good, right? It looks neat. So in the same way, go ahead and fill the other activities also. Completed. So that's it. So you can see activity 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3 are completed, right? So once you complete all the activities in activity 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, hit complete, and you can see the corresponding slides being created on the right side. Similarly, go ahead and do activities in activity 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4 and 2.5. They are very self-explanatory and I hope all of you should be able to do it. Just see how I am doing it. I'll be just pacing the video fast. You can note down, you can slow down the video and check each activities how they are done. Otherwise, you can do it by yourself also by clearly reading the guidelines. Now here, this particular activity has to be carefully entered, where you have to enter a brief descriptor title for your primary customer segment. Mention your secondary customer segment now. I am mentioning healthcare professionals as my secondary customer segment and complete it. Now once you complete it, activity in 2.1 is done. Similarly, go ahead and complete activity in activity 2.2. Always remember to upload the image in a JPEG format. If you upload in any other format, the upload will not be successful. Now in this activity 2.2, you have to list the functional job to be done, emotional job to be done, social job to be done, and mention how does the persona currently overcome the problem, right? And what are the limitations of the existing solution. Clearly mention these jobs to be done. Remember the character limit. You can also take the help of ChatGPT to do this activity, to refine and do this activity perfectly. Just ensure when you complete the activities that there is no incomplete statements left. Sometimes when you copy paste from ChatGPT after refining your statements, ChatGPT may have exceeded the word limit. Please check once, read every statement that you copy paste here and then hit complete. So you completed activity 2.2. Now let's complete activity 2.3. Activity 2.3 is about preparing a customer interview script. Now remember, we take the help of ChatGPT so that we can create a uniform customer interview script to interview multiple customers, right? So here's a prompt which you can take and copy paste. Copy paste the prompt in ChatGPT. This is just for reference. Now the next tab, you have a prompt here to suggest ways to begin the interview with. You can also mention in what word limit, right? Now, when you copy and paste the prompt, just remove the headers and other unnecessary headers and footers that AI tools may give you. Prompt 3 is about this. Copy paste it. Now, once you have completed activity 2.3, now you are good to go and complete the activity 2.4. So, activity 2.4 is about interviewing customers, potential customers. Now, we would recommend you to interview as many customers as possible, potential customers as possible, because it gives you a very good idea about are you solving a problem worth solving and helps you revalidate your problem statement, right? So go ahead, put names and basic information of your customers to be interviewed. For 5 names, if there is an asterisk mark, you have to complete putting details for at least 5 names. Then only the activity will be completed. Once you have completed activity 2.4, move on to activity 2.5, which is analyze and draw insights from your customer interview. Now, let's come to activity 3.1, where we generate multiple solution ideas. Click on start. Now, very important instruction here. When you start to do this activity, there is a reminder for you to use Vadhvani Idea Enhancer. Now, this tool, Vadhvani Idea Enhancer, can help you refine your problem statement, right? So you can go ahead and check this out. Go ahead, click on the hot tabs given here and interact with it. It will act like a mentor, telling you what you can do better, how you can write your ideas in a better format. Imagine a coach guiding you step by step. It will do the same. You can also download your deck that you have built till now. So you can go here to the view slides, download it, and also upload here to get a detailed feedback about your idea. Okay, so gentle reminder, go ahead, use this Wadhwani idea enhancer to refine your problem statement and your customer details. Go ahead, if you have used this tool, click on next, and now it's time for you to generate the solution idea. Now, to generate this, there's a clear instruction given here for the customer segment. If you want, you can again use this prompt. Now this prompt starts from here. Use this prompt to generate some solutions. Now the prompt is created from all your previous activities. So if you have not completed your previous activities, this prompt will not be accurate. So I'm just copy pasting it and over here, and it will give you multiple ideas. Right? Go ahead and check out these ideas. If you like it, well, use it. But if you have better ideas, please go ahead and type. So here I like some of these ideas. So I'm going to copy paste 3 best ideas from here. Put your rating here and hit complete. Now see, again it will give you a prompt to go and check out Wadhwani ID Enhancer. If you are willing, you can go ahead and do that. If you have checked it already, you can go forward and complete it. Go to activity 3.2. Now 3.2 is about selecting the solution idea that you like the most. So click next. What is your one chosen solution idea? Well, I like the idea of personalized. Uh, whichever idea among the 3 ideas that you selected, whichever idea you like the most, go ahead and type it. Again, when you complete activity 3.2, it will give you a prompt to check Wadhwani ID Enhancer. If you wish, you can select it or keep moving. Activity 3.3 is about solution idea design. In this activity, what will be the format of the solution is asked. So my format of the solution is going to be physical product. Now in activity 3.3, you have to enter some images that represent your team theme, right? Represent your industry theme, maybe represent your problem that you're solving theme, and your customer theme, and one abstract image that will be put on your opening slide. These images will make your presentation look much more professional, and I would request you to use some portals like Pexels, right, or freepik.com, or maybe even Canva, some platforms from where you can get free images. Complete venture activity 3.3. Now go to venture activity 3.4. Now venture activity 3.4 is about solution functionality and benefits that users will enjoy. Now ensure your statements are completed here. The character limit here is 200, so do not exceed 200 character limits. Completed, and your activity 3.4 is done. So let's start with activity 4.1. Activity 4.1 is simple. Again, here's a reminder for you to use a tool that we have given. Here it is a tool called Solution Design for Scale. Click on this tool and it will take you to a page where we have used a programmed chat GPT. You can go ahead and interact with this tool. It will act like a coach to help you refine your idea. And if you find some relevant refinement done by this tool, please go back to your previous activities, change your ideas that you have mentioned, come back and continue with your venture activity. Activity 4.2 is about analyzing macro trends. So with that, we have completed activity 4.2. Now let's complete activity 4.3. Now let's continue with activity 4.4. Now here in activity 4.4, we need to prepare broad financial projections. Now to do this, first go and visit course content, open lesson 3 in module 4, and under lesson 3 in module 4, open this tool, think big, plan well. Just click on it. Now you can see this tool being opened. I would request you to make it full screen. Now go ahead, click on get started. There's an introductory video which tells you how to use this tool. Click next. As you click next, there are three options here. The first two use cases are a predefined case. Third use case is your venture. So click on this third use case, your venture. Now choose the business model that closely depicts your way of providing the solution. Here I am taking for example product manufacturing. So click on it. Type your startup name here. Click on submit. There are some basic instructions. You can go ahead and read it. Click next, and then this simulation tool will open up. Now in this simulation tool, you got to go and enter setup cost, sales, variable cost and fixed cost information in year 1. In year 2 and year 3, you have to mention percentage change in all these parameters: setup cost, sales, variable cost and fixed cost. Okay. You're free to edit it and iteratively change it and see the difference in your revenue projections in year 1, year 2 and year 3, right? You can also see a detailed projection in the next tab here called projections. So let me quickly fill in some assumptions. Now these assumptions are not blind assumptions, they are based upon research. As a tool is a very simple back of the envelope calculation. You can do some research, but you don't have to do a detailed research right now. You're just trying to find out 3 years projection. Okay. So go ahead, enter the numbers that you find is legitimate here. Once I've entered these values, now you can see year 1, year 2, year 3 projections. Now these are important for you to note. What I would request you to go ahead and do is go and check out the projections also here. In the projections you can see year 1, year 2, year 3, how uh, right from selling price to number of units sold per month is projected, and what is the annual profit, net profit you are able to make. So this information is very relevant for a startup who's trying to check out the viability of their startup. Now go back to assumption. Before we close this tool, I would request you to take a screenshot of it and save this image. Now you may ask me why to take a screenshot of this assumption screens. Just take it and keep. We'll understand when we do the venture activities. So I'm just taking the screenshot and saving it in Paint. I'm not closing this screen. I'm keeping it open, but I'm going to Paint. I'm saving it here and crop off unnecessary areas. I'm saving it as, you can save it as JPEG or PNG. I'm choosing to save it as JPEG. Now I am saving it as assumptions example for your reference. Save it. Once this is saved, just close this, keep this window open. As I had mentioned, open one more tab parallelly, because when you enter the values it will be easy. So I would highly suggest open one more tab of Padwani Foundation, go to Venture Equity 4.4. Now here in Venture Equity 4.4, go and do this activity, right? Enter your currency, business model, then enter the following values from the tool. Now remember, these values that you need to enter from the tool, right? For year 1 revenue, we got to enter from the tool. So go back to this tool, see the year 1 revenue over here, copy it and paste it here. Go to year 1 total expenses, copy it from here and paste it here. Year 1 profit, copy it from here and paste it here. Okay, go next. Now we same thing do for year 2 and year 3. Okay, you have to, from the tool, go and select the values. Once you do that, click next. Now here you have to upload a 3-year projections as displayed in the planning tool. You have to take a screenshot of the assumption screen. Now, as we had taken that screenshot, open that, We had saved in desktop as assumptions. So go to desktop, open that file, save it here, and complete it. Now you have completed your activity 4.4 successfully. All the activities till activity 4.4 are complete, and you should be able to see relevant uh, decks on the right side. Now, after completing this, you have to complete your milestone 1. Now, submit your milestone 1. Here, these two options, save as draft and submit, should become active. Until this, it would have not been active. And when you click on submit, the first thing it will ask you to do is try venture feedback. Now, venture feedback is a tool which you can definitely try to upload your, before uploading your milestone, to review your pitch deck, right? Your deck. So what you can do is you can go on it and click on evaluate my deck and upload your deck to get a very detailed feedback. Okay, right now I'm not doing it. You know how to download the deck right now. So you can upload it and get a detailed review. Okay, let's go to venture journey again. Now, so you can download your slides from here. As you can see on the right side, your presentation pitch can be downloaded from here and it can be uploaded over here to get a very detailed feedback. If you are done with it, go ahead, click on the submit option again. This time it will ask you if you have tried it. Go ahead, close it. Now it will ask you to submit the milestone. It will also ask you to attempt the quiz 1 if you haven't attended the same. If you haven't attempted the quiz 1, it will not allow you to submit. So if you are doing it in a team, at least one member in a team, whoever is attempting to submit should have completed the quiz 1. And then click on submit and your milestone 1 is submitted. You can preview your deck from here, or of course you can preview it on the right side over here. Got it, all of you? That's about milestone 1 submission. Now once you put it in Paint, crop the unnecessary area if applicable. Save this image in a place from where you can refer it later with ease. Save it as PNG or JPEG. Go back to your projections. Now, you also need to remember this projection values in 3 years. So either I would highly recommend you, what you can do is you can open one more tab where you can open the venture activity and parallelly work, right? Go to your venture journey 4.4, start doing it. Now here, informations are such as select your currency. Of course, you'll put Indian National Rupees, INR. Which business model did you choose? Well, we chose product manufacturing. Year 1 revenue. Now it is asking for year 1 revenue. Go back, check here. What is the year 1 revenue? Now year 1 revenue is mentioned over here. Copy paste it over here. Year 1 total expenses. Total expenses is mentioned here. Copy paste it from here to here. What is the profit? Profit is mentioned here. Copy paste it over here. Go next. Now same thing you have to do with year 2 and year 3. Click next. Now you see here they will ask you to upload your 3-year projections as displayed in the planning tool by taking a screenshot of the assumption screen. Now, do you remember? I asked you to take a screenshot and save it. Now, this is the very purpose for which I asked you to do it. Click on this icon. It will go to the relevant images. So assumptions example is how we had stored it. Click complete and your activity 4.4 is done. So all the activities now from your activity 1.1 to 4.4 is done. You can go ahead, check view slides to see how your activities have come out and how whatever activities you have done have been converted into respective slides. Okay, yes. Now it's time for you to submit your milestone 1. Now if you have completed all the activities till activity 4.4, you'll see this option becoming active here, save as draft and submit. If you don't see this active, possibility is that you have crossed the deadline time and that's why it's not active. So you'll have to talk to your respective faculty members regarding this then. Now, so before submitting, you can definitely click on venture feedback provider and it will take you to a link, a ChatGPT link, where you can take an effort to refine your pitch deck. As you can see here, evaluate my presentation deck. This option is available. So what you can do is you can go download your presentation deck and upload it over here. And then it will give you a detailed feedback regarding your presentation deck. And then based upon that, any changes you want from activity 1.1 to 4.4 can be done and then proceed to submit the activity. Before you submit the activity, you'll have to complete your quiz 1 2, right? So when you try to submit this activity, in case if you haven't completed your quiz 1, it will ask you to complete the quiz 1. So when you click submit, it will tell you to complete the quiz. So if you haven't completed the quiz, go ahead, complete the quiz 1, and then come back and do the activity. Once you complete the quiz, click on submit. It will ask you once again, remind you once again to try the venture feedback. If you have tried it, go ahead, once again click on submit and submit your milestone. Once you submit your milestone, you will be able to see this preview option here, using which you can preview your milestone 1.